And I'm Craig.
And today, and Shiger's here too. Hi,
And
Shiger.
Shiger's here. He will be visiting us like every 2 minutes.
Which is funny because all day today we haven't really seen Shiger. Today has been a wizard heavy day.
Yeah, he's been in my arms while I've been trying to work the entire day. But now that
Nice.
he's gone off, the other one is here.
Well, they're trading turns with Dad. That's nice.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so today we are making ginger beef ramen.
Yes, we are. I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to this. Ginger beef is one of my favorite Chinese dishes or Asian dishes. I don't know if it's Chinese or just from another country. I get it at a Chinese restaurant. I assume it's
hmm
Chinese.
hmm Yeah, I don't know where it originated. I'm not really super sure. But I actually have never had ginger beef before.
Hmm. It's good. Well, this I've never made it, so I don't know if
hmm
this recipe is going to be good, but it's a
Yeah.
dish I enjoy.
Well, yeah, Craig has you have ginger beef almost not every weekend, but like every
Yeah,
other
every few
weekend, I
weeks.
want to
Yeah.
say. Yeah. Yeah. We usually have it on Saturday or Sunday when we're working. But it always looks yummy. So I've decided that
Hmm.
we should try and make our own and see.
Yeah.
And in true Callie and Craig fashion, we do not have the same ingredients as we normally don't.
No, yeah, and then also we are not going to follow the recipe exactly because we want to throw in some vegetables. The recipe does say you can throw in vegetables. It doesn't say when to cook them or which vegetables to use, so we're gonna wing it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll trust the process to a point.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay, and then for this recipe, so the recipe called for 2 pounds of thinly sliced flank steak, but I bought skirt steak.
And I bought a sirloin tip steak because it expires today, so it's half off.
Smart. Yeah. We didn't want the
Yeah,
flank steak because the butcher told me that it was kind of rubbery, so we both tried a different cut.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. And John really hates chewy, rubbery meat, so I'm hoping this
Yeah.
does the trick. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then you need 1 cup of cornstarch.
Yeah.
But we're also not fully like deep frying it because this is like a
No, we're
deep fry
not.
recipe too.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is not even fair to call this that we're sticking to the recipe. But the actual recipe calls for 1 cup of cornstarch plus 1 to 2 cups of cooking oil, a teaspoon of sesame oil, garlic, ginger paste, white pepper, which again, you said you have white pepper. I've never seen white pepper.
But I
Um,
can't find it, so I'm using regular.
yeah, I'm using regular. Crushed red pepper. I do have
Mhm.
that. Soy sauce. And the same thing with the soy sauce. It said light soy sauce, 1/4 cup light soy sauce, and then 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. But when I asked, we have a sushi chef there in the store, and I asked her where, like, what the difference was, and she said she didn't even know that there was
Oh,
light and
okay.
dark soy sauce. So, and I think I asked her the last time when we made the ramen, she said the same thing. So, but luckily she didn't remember me. So it's okay. And then we need rice vinegar, light brown sugar, and then onions for garnish, but I did not buy green onions. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I am adding green peppers, red peppers, broccoli, and mushrooms.
perfect. I'm adding all of that except not red peppers. I just have green left over from the garden in the freezer.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So we have close to the same ingredients.
We do. Yeah, this will
Just a
be pretty similar.
different meat is the only thing that's different. Okay, so my steak is, I don't know if this is actually sliced. I think I'm gonna have to cut it. Is yours
I have to
sliced?
cut mine too. No, no.
Okay, so it says thinly slice the steak against the grain, but we're not using that cut of steak, so I don't really know if that.
And also, I could never run a cooking podcast because I always hear against the grain. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't either. I don't know. That's why we don't have a cooking podcast. This is obviously a writing
Although,
podcast.
clearly,
This is this is very clearly a writing podcast. So I don't know. Oh,
like I
this
do
steak.
know how to look for the grain, but like sometimes I'm like, Okay, the lines go that way. So against the grain would mean I
Ew,
cut
look
this
at
way.
it. It's
Yeah,
gross. Ew, it looks
you can
disgusting.
do it. Yeah, I don't handle meat very often. Oh, well, I don't handle dinner
Yes, you
meat very
do.
often.
Okay, we'll leave that one alone for now. Yes. Um, okay, yeah. I don't know how to cut against the grain, I'll be honest. It's the same as what you said.
Like, I think I'm doing it, but am I really? I don't know.
So the cool story is that the really sharp knife that I should be using for this is up so high and I don't feel like jumping up there to go get it. So
Hmm.
I'm using a knife that is not probably one that would be best for this. Like, I don't know. The butcher has a knife that like I was watching him cut while I was talking to him. It just like
Hmm.
goes straight through the like the thickest cuts of meat. I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
knife it is, but it was like watching him like he was basically just like cutting through butter. Like it wasn't
Yep.
like I'm sitting here sawing like a freaking like I have a freaking hacksaw in my hand, like sawing through this meat.
Yep.
And he was just like shoo, shoo, shoo.
Yep. A sharp knife is a nice thing to have. I try to keep my knives sharp. Um,
Yeah.
so this is cutting through pretty easy, but I know my mom did not sharpen her knives, and so anytime I'm over there, it's like so much work to cut through stuff.
You sharpen your knives?
I do.
I have been friends with you for a long time now. When do you sharp? What? How do we sharpen knives? You never show me how to sharpen a knife. How do I do it?
Oh, well, I don't have like the proper tools, but
Yeah.
I do know how to do it with the proper tools, but I
Oh,
just
I
have
see
this
it.
thing you slide the knife through the three slots and that
Uh-huh.
there's
Oh,
different like grains of grit it's going against. I don't know the lingo.
oh,
Um
okay.
and it sharpens it and then sort of smooths it out for you as well.
Okay. I was imagining us sitting outside, like sitting on like a bucket with like a thing and like whittling it away, like
Hmm.
sharpening it. I don't know, against a rock or something.
Yeah, or yeah, so my grandfather did teach me how to sharpen knives with a whetstone, I think it's called.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was like a long time ago, longer ago than I want to admit.
Yeah.
And then I did take a knife skills course for like how to cook, how to handle the knife confidently in the kitchen, not how to like stab people with it. Um,
Hmm.
although I would be confident at that.
Yeah.
And part of that was how do you sharpen a knife, and it was with I don't know what any of these things are called, but like that long rod that's sort of like a file.
Oh,
And
okay.
you use that to sharpen a knife. So I've done that as
Huh.
well.
Huh. How much meat do you have left? I'm like about halfway
I
through.
am done.
Oh, you're so fast. I can't, I can't handle the meat as fast as you. You're
I
going as
am
fast as
quite
you can.
experienced. I have handled a lot of meat in my day.
That's true. Way more meat than I have.
Hmm.
All right, hold on.
I'm
Well,
just
it
washing my
doesn't,
hands. I hope this doesn't interfere with the microphone.
see, it doesn't matter, Craig, because I can't tell. Because I won't be able to
Hmm.
tell until I edit it. So
Yeah.
yeah, until I edit it, and then I'm like, oh shit. Because remember when we made the cake
Yep.
and like the two of us were mixing with the mixers, we're like, oh, this is amazing. You can't even hear it. And then when I edited it, you couldn't even hear us.
Hmm. So my hands are clean now, no more water running. So hopefully that's good.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to edit this out. Because I don't want to
Yep.
touch my computer with using hands. Disgusting.
Yes.
All right, hold on. All right, so my meat is cut and your meat is cut. So what is next?
Next, we want to drench them in cornstarch. Now, for the sake of us being on the same page, because I keep forgetting things, we're doing the full amount of sauce because we want it to
Mm-hmm.
soak into the vegetables and the
We
noodles, right?
are. We
But
are.
since we're using half the meat, we'd probably want half the cornstarch because that's the cornstarch coaches the meat. It coats the meat.
Okay. So we don't,
So I
so how
guess we
much?
want half cup of cornstarch. In a large bowl,
Okay.
sprinkle half a cup of cornstarch over the flank steak. Work in layers for the best coverage and toss until each piece is coated in
Oh,
cornstarch.
Phenomenal Mongol. I just freaking washed my hands.
Oh, I'm gonna use tongs
Yeah, I'm gonna
to
use
move
something
the meat.
else too. I don't want to touch the meat again. Ugh. Pass. Okay. So I need half a cup of cornstarch. I wonder if the amount actually really matters that much. Because really, whatever we
I
don't do
don't
is
think
gonna
so.
fall off. It would
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
wasted though.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I didn't
Okay.
invent this recipe, but I don't think it matters.
No, you didn't invest in this recipe.
I
Thank
did
you.
not.
Thank you for telling me
Shiger, back
that.
up. No raw meat for cats.
No, no raw meat, buddy.
I'm just gonna eyeball this since it's supposed to be like added
That's what
in
I just
layers so you
did.
got even
Yeah,
coating. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a big spoonful at a
that
time.
that is what I just did the same exact thing.
So already we are
Mhm.
redoing this recipe. We are the worst at following directions.
We really are not great at following directions. And then when other people don't follow directions, we're like, why can't they just follow
Yeah,
directions?
yeah. Like when we're looking at recipes and people are
Yeah,
like, oh, this recipe didn't work. I switched out this and that and,
yeah,
replaced the butter with raw pork and it didn't work. And we're like, just
yeah.
follow the recipe.
Just follow the freaking recipe. This is literally a common occurrence for the two of us when we're looking at recipes. Oh my God, we're the worst. It's absolutely true. Because whenever we find a recipe, we look to see what the reviews are. And then we look to see if anyone complained about it. And half the time, it's just people saying, yeah, they didn't follow the freaking recipe the right way. And we're like, well, you can't complain if it doesn't turn out
Yep.
right then if you didn't follow the recipe. And here we are, not following the recipe. Wow.
But we
Oh,
won't complain.
no, but that's the difference. The difference is that we do put the onus on ourselves usually.
Yeah.
Because we're like, yeah, this is our fault for doing this, which is true. Okay, I think mine is coated. I don't really quite understand what they meant about putting it in layers.
I think just because it's like hard to mix up effectively,
Maybe for that kind of steak. Anyway,
maybe.
because mine looks pretty well coated, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
coating the last of it.
I really feel like I did something wrong that I'm done before you. Makes me think I've done something incorrectly.
I'm sure it's fine. I trust the
Yeah.
Cali process.
Yeah. Well, the
All
Cali
right, so
process
mine
is
looks
usually
like
right.
it looks
What?
like
Let me
meat
see.
covered in powdered sugar.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, looks like a dessert. Nom, 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 nom,
Yeah.
nom.
Delicious. But at
Mm-hmm.
least it's not making me grossed out now when I look at it.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't look as disgusting. All right, so next is
Just put the
heat cooking
cornstarch
oil.
away.
Okay, yeah, you
Oh,
should.
right.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, we're
let's read
putting stuff
ahead.
away? Is that what we're doing? We're
I'm
putting stuff away as we're
cornstarch.
cooking?
Cornstarch. Well, I
Okay.
am.
I did
I
it. I
have
copied
limited.
you. Yes.
I have limited counter space.
Well,
But we also need to make sure that we can factor in cooking the vegetables and the ramen because this is going way faster than I was expecting. So
yeah,
we
but we didn't
cook
cut any of the
these.
vegetables up. Your
Yeah, should
vegetables are
we?
cut, but mine are not.
I still have to cut the mushrooms and the green onions, but my
Okay.
broccoli and green pepper are cooked.
Okay, let's put the
Um,
meat aside. Maybe we should cut our
yes.
vegetables.
So like the last step is to like one of the last steps is to make the sauce. Let's make the sauce before that, but let's start with the vegetables.
Oh, okay. There's like a
Like
lot
it
of
says,
ingredients in here, right?
yeah, because it
So,
like says cook all the meat and then quickly make the sauce, and we do not move that fast. So we're gonna chop the vegetables, make the sauce, make the noodles, cook the vegetables, and then cook the meat, I think is what we're gonna do.
yeah, and also we changed that too because this was supposed to be white rice. And this, and
Ah,
this is
yes,
not
that's
white
right.
rice.
All right, so I've got my ramen up here. I think I'm just gonna pull it down before I forget.
Yeah, I have my
Amen.
my water is basically boiling already because I wanted to make sure that that was because sometimes it takes forever though
Ah,
for the water to boil.
yeah.
So
Are you
that
planning to make one pack of ramen or two?
oh no, I think I might make 3 packs of ramen to be honest.
Oh, oh.
What?
I don't know.
I don't
That seems
know.
like a lot of ramen. I'm gonna do one.
Made? I don't know what, you know what? If I knew what we made the last time, that was a good amount.
Ah, yes,
You're gonna
yes.
make one pack of ramen for you and John, both?
Yeah, because there's gonna be meat and vegetables. I don't know.
What do you think? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make two or three, I guess. Oh, now you made me feel bad. I don't know. My husband loves the ramen
Hmm?
noodles and I rarely make them. So, but I really feel like last time with the ramen noodle recipe that we made, there was a ton of ramen, remember? And we had it left over and then the next day it was super
Yes,
good. So, but if you make
that's true.
one pack, you're probably not gonna have any leftovers.
Which I'm fine with. I don't really care for leftovers, so
Okay. All
that
right.
works.
That works for you then. Yeah, the last
Yep,
time I think you liked that ramen though, to be honest. I thought that that was a leftover that you did like.
I
Because
think
it was
so. There
like
are a few
the
leftovers I like.
second day. Yeah, no, because that's something that we both share is that I really don't like leftovers. I try to not have them at all, but the ramen I know tasted really good and we were both surprised that it was good like the next day. Just
Hmm.
remember we made so much of it. Do you remember? Or
Yep.
you don't
Oh, I do.
remember?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
no,
much
no.
bigger recipe than we thought it would be, I think.
Yeah, I just can't remember how many packs of ramen we actually tossed in there though. But okay, I'll just do two. I'll just, and that's it. My husband leaves me because I didn't make enough ramen.
Yep.
Could happen.
I'm not
No,
taking the blame.
you are. I'm gonna let him hear the
Oh,
podcast. Be like, it's Craig's
okay.
fault. Craig ramen shamed me.
I did, yes. You should not ramen shame people. I apologize.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hmm.
Really. We don't have ramen enough for me to even judge how much really is in the pack, to be honest. And your peppers are already cut, right? Because were they frozen?
Yep, peppers and broccoli.
Alright, so there's half a pepper. I am not as fast as you because I have other stuff that's not cut.
Oh, that's totally fine. Totally fine.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
Yeah, so I'm
what is
thinking
the plan
before
for
we,
these? Yeah,
yeah, before we start cooking the vegetables, I think we should make the sauce because the sauce just sits at room temperature. So that can sit, but we'll do the sauce, cook the vegetables, and I guess keep the vegetables warm while we then cook the meat. And we'll cook
okay,
the ramen around the same time. Man,
okay.
there's a lot of steps.
There's a lot of steps and I'm like still here trying to get my vegetables done because yours are already like ready to go,
Hmm.
which is very unfair, honestly. We need to have
Oh,
like
but what I will do,
Callie get
you
ready time.
you
What?
have garlic already like pureed in a jar, right?
Yeah, I
Mine
have
is
garlic
full,
paste. Yeah.
so I'm gonna like run it through a garlic press. How
Okay.
much garlic does it need?
5,000 grams.
It
No, I
needs
don't know.
three
I
to
have
four.
broccoli
Okay, I
in my
have
hand,
four
so I
here.
can't even look. Okay.
But
All
these
right.
are
So
pretty big cloves. But I'm still gonna do four, and if it's garlic ginger beef, all the better.
I am making such a mess. Oh my God. Okay.
Tiger, cats back up. Cats don't need food.
Well, the cat
You don't
did.
need food.
Hmm. I don't know what he would like. What would he like from there?
Absolutely nothing. He can't have
Yeah.
green onions. He can't have
Yeah.
garlic. I don't think he cares for mushrooms,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just
but he
interesting.
wants to write to investigate.
Yeah, well, he is an investigator, so he just wants to support you, I think, Craig.
That could be it.
Supporting you. He's a good egg, that cat. All right, hold
Hmm.
on a minute. Because you only have green peppers, right? You don't have red, or you
Yeah.
have red and not green. I can't remember what you said.
It depends which bag I grab because we had a few red peppers. They were mostly green.
So
And by
here,
what I grabbed, I mean just for listeners at home, I have too much food from our garden to store at our house, so I use my mom's. I have some freezers in my mom's basement. So I just can't remember which bag I grabbed from her basement to bring here.
yeah. Well, where is said bag?
It's in the deep freezer on the other side of the kitchen,
Ah,
so I'll get it soon.
okay. All right. So here I am thinking I'm behind. You don't even have your vegetables out.
Nope,
So technically, I'm not super duper behind. I'm just only a little.
nope.
All right, so there's that. And then I really do wish that they had an amount of vegetables to use because I'm just afraid I'm using too much,
Yeah,
and then it's gonna
yeah,
end
that
up
would be helpful. Or
smothering
like
it.
directions on when and how. Like we're gonna pan fry them, but
Yeah,
maybe steamed vegetables are better. I don't know.
I don't know either. And I gotta rinse these mushrooms real quick. Um, Are your mushrooms whole or they're sliced?
Mine are whole. I find the sliced ones, they get slimy too quick, so I prefer the whole ones.
These are the ones but you bought these today, right? These aren't ones you grew?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We tried growing mushrooms, didn't
Oh
really
yeah,
work
that's
that great.
right. I remember. You got a couple and then it was like, they just kind of weren't
Yeah, so I'm gonna try
away.
again this year. The type of mushrooms we were growing are oyster mushrooms, which
Yeah.
I later learned are not that great for dehydrating because they don't dehydrate well or rehydrate well.
Okay.
And I want something that works for long-term storage because we're growing a lot of food meant
Yeah.
to last a year. So I'm going to try a different type of mushroom, I think, this year so that
Mm-hmm.
if it grows, I can dehydrate them and enjoy mushrooms all year round, hopefully.
Perfect. Yeah. Then we'll have to really amp up the mushroom recipes.
We
All right.
will. There's some really
I
interesting ones I've seen.
Yeah, I really love mushrooms. I don't know. I'd be down for putting them in a lot of things. All right, so my vegetables are now fully cut.
Okay,
Everything
I'm
is
just still working on my
prepped.
garlic.
Oh my gosh, hurry up.
Mhm.
You're taking so long.
I am.
No, I would never rush you. I don't think I've rushed you to do anything ever. I feel rushed, even though you don't rush me, but I would definitely not rush you. But I do hope I have enough vegetables cut out. I have like a whole plate here. Look, does this look right? Like a plate worth
Yeah,
of,
I would think so. Yeah.
it seems like a lot, but
Sometimes I find vegetables quite often cook down quite a bit
you just
because
like
I
shrink
will,
down, right? Yeah.
yeah, like I'll put a ton of vegetables in our dinner, and then when I put it on the plate, it's like there feels like there's not enough vegetables here.
Yeah. And I feel like that's one of those things I always want more of, like in the recipes. The same as
Hmm.
like you just said, like I feel like it looks like I have a lot. And then when I start cooking, I'm like, we're like digging through to find the actual peppers and stuff. All right, so that is done for me. What? Oh, and then you said that you want to do the sauce
Yes.
next, which I assume we're gonna need a big bowl for, yeah?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still working on this garlic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done though.
That's okay. Take your time. It's not a big deal. Oh my God. I love that it was also pretty fluffy snow at your house today.
Yeah, we were supposed to get about 2 inches. I'm not sure how much we got, but it's very light snow. Yeah, looks nice. Very Christmassy now that it's not Christmas.
Yeah, and I couldn't take any pictures of the beach today because it was super rainy, which I was really bummed out about. It's always fun to take the pictures there, even though I don't know, I was telling you something's going on with my camera. One of the camera lenses, I don't know, it keeps making like a glare.
Hmm.
And I took it like apart and cleaned it, and I can't figure out what's causing it. It's weird.
All right, I think I'm ready for the sauce.
Okay, so I think I don't really understand where the sauce step is because it's having
It's
it go inside the pan with where the meat was, doesn't it?
it's step number 8. Meanwhile, whisk together white pepper, red pepper, soy sauce, water, rice vinegar, brown sugar, and a teaspoon of cornstarch.
I could do all of that.
Yeah,
Sure.
we can do anything we set our mind to.
Sure. Okay. So who's reading?
You're
You?
gonna I can read it. We start with a half teaspoon of pepper.
Okay. All right. So let me get that.
Yeah, let me get that too. I didn't pull out the pepper. I just have my pepper shaker. Okay, maybe I'll just eyeball it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna
That's
just
half a
use
teaspoon. Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze soon.
half a
Maybe.
teaspoon of pepper. Teaspoon of
And then
peppers
a
in. Yeah.
half a teaspoon of crushed red peppers.
Okay. Do you make that homemade or do you buy that?
I normally buy it, but we did grow cayenne peppers a couple years ago. So I've just got a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna really sneeze. I just got a little bit of that left. Oh,
Amazing.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm
You
okay.
okay?
I'm okay.
You okay? Okay.
And then because we're only using one soy sauce, it is a quarter cup and a tablespoon.
I think I'm just gonna do a quarter cup.
You can do a generous quarter cup.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quarter cup because I don't, that tablespoon just, it feels like too much. Wait, of soy sauce.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really like the way soy sauce smells.
Oh, I do. I really like soy sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things that I feel like, mm-mm. All right, hold on, one quarter. So are you doing a quarter and a teaspoon?
Yeah, I just threw in a little extra.
All right, I'll do it. Ugh. Okay, it's in.
All right.
And I did it.
And then we
Yeah,
want a quarter cup of water.
that is in.
And then we want a tablespoon of rice vinegar.
Tablespoon of rice vinegar. Okay, like that. No, and next time I think we will make the is it called pork katsudon? Is that what it's called? Pork cutlet bowl?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
That sounds
All right.
right, but I don't know.
One tablespoon is in. Yeah, next time we'll make the yuri on ice, the pork cutlet bowls. That was what we were debating making. So next time we'll make that one. All right, my disgusting rice vinegar is in, and now my hands smell horrible.
There's that sneeze. Yeah, so next is 3/8 of a cup of brown sugar.
Sure.
Yeah,
It says
which
this,
is,
doesn't it?
or it's 6 tablespoons. I have an eighth of a cup measure, so I'll use 3/8 of a cup.
There's an eighth of a cup. Okay, I don't have that. I'm gonna have to use stupid tablespoons. So six, you said?
6 tablespoons, yeah.
All right, I'm adding honey to mine too when we're all done.
Ooh,
Just a
sort of
little
a
bit.
honey ginger.
Yeah. All right.
Remember, if it doesn't work out, you can't complain on the recipe website.
Yeah, I can.
Well,
One,
you can, because everybody else
two,
did, so you can.
three. I would never. I don't know why people do that, really, honestly. It is, you're well within your right to do it. I just don't. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't think I would do it. Now I've also lost count of this, so or I hope one extra tablespoon is not going to matter because
I think that is a matter of life and death.
because I honestly just I'm not sure if I just counted right, but we'll see.
Ah, I
Yeah, I'm
think my
gonna what?
the clip that holds this bag closed, bro, no, it didn't break. It just popped out of place.
Oh,
Or it did break.
huh.
Nope. Go like that. There we go.
All right. Yeah, I'm putting a tablespoon of honey in mine.
Ah, what the hell? I'll do that too.
Yeah, we did it with the other ramen. I think that it's not gonna hurt anything. All right, mine's going in. And then the last time, because the last time you were like, "Oh, I'm glad that we added that because I can taste it a little bit," and you thought that that was
That's
good. So,
true. I do
and I think
remember.
my husband said the same thing. He was like, "Oh, that was a good call." So now this time, you guys might both be like, "Ah."
Maybe. And then we also need a tablespoon of cornstarch.
We
which
put
I
the
had put
cornstarch
away.
away.
Yeah.
This is what happens when we try to clean up after ourselves.
Yeah, I should just learn to leave a mess for my husband to clean up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, 1 tablespoon, right? TBSP.
Yep,
One tablespoon.
TBSP.
All right,
Tibis.
one tablespoon. Then. Okay.
No cornstarch for Shigers. And now we just whisk it together.
What about the other stuff? The minced garlic, the
That
ginger
goes,
paste, all
I
that
think,
stuff?
that I think goes in the pan. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me whisk away. Well, it's kind of thick. No?
It's thinned out pretty
Well,
quick for
now it's
me.
thin. It was thick when I first stuck this thing in. No, nothing.
Smells
Ugh,
good.
I don't like
Smells
smell.
good.
Oh, it smells like soy sauce. Come on. We checked this, right? To make sure there were like 5 stars on it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of 5 stars.
Does it?
I think so. Well, it had a 5 star, at least one.
But see, here's what usually happens. What usually happens is we pick out a recipe, we think it looks good, and then we realize nobody's rated it yet, and we don't want to be the guinea pigs. Then
Yep,
we'll look and look and look, and we'll find the ones that have the 5 stars. We don't end up wanting to make those. And then we get tired and we end up forgetting to look whether how many stars it has. And then we end up picking
that's
one that
true.
has no stars. So it could be this. Okay, so mine is whisked.
Oh yeah,
Unwhisked, sir.
this one has no ratings yet.
I knew it. I knew it. This is what happens when we pick recipes at fucking midnight. This is exactly what happens. I'm telling you, this is what happens every time. Because we start out looking for what that's the cycle, Craig. We look for what we want, and then we're
Mhm.
like, we check the stars, we're like, oh no, we're not gonna make it if there's not enough stars. And then we get hungry and we divert to some other recipe, and then we forget to check the stars. There's no ratings
Mhm.
on this. This is just
No rating. Let's see
awesome.
if there's comments. I'm gonna look down. Comments, comments, comments. No comments.
Says, do not make this on a podcast with your
Mhm.
best friend. You will greatly regret it. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, what's next? Now what are we gonna do?
It's up to you. Do you want to start cooking the meat, sorry, the vegetables first and then having them like sit aside while we do the meat? Or do we want to do the meat and then cook up the vegetables while we do the meat?
I think it's fine. I mean, I'd rather not have like cold meat. So like
Yeah,
the vegetables, like if we toss them in after and the vegetables had like slightly cooled, it wouldn't be a big deal because they would get warmed up by the noodles and the meat, where the meat, like once
Mhm.
it cools, is not going to be as easy to warm back up again, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So let's do the vegetables first.
Okay. All right. Let me get another pan because we're not using the same pan, right? We're using a different one.
Right. I would use a different one.
Okay. All right. Different pan is up. Are you putting oil in it or no?
So I fry mushrooms with no oil. So I'm going to cook them a little bit first with no oil. And then once the mushrooms have cooked, I'll add a splash of oil, then throw in the broccoli and the peppers.
Why does that make a difference?
The mushrooms cook really nicely with no oil.
Okay. I will take your word for that. So let me try that. So I'm just tossing the
Okay.
mushrooms in first with what, water?
Yep. Just the mushrooms, not even water.
Oh, no water. Okay, just the mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms are going in. Would have worked
And I've
better if I
got it
didn't kind
around
of.
got it around to 6 is what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. All right, 6 for me then. 6 is in, but you don't have broccoli though, right?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Also
Oh, you
garden
have broccoli too?
broccoli,
Oh, okay,
chopped and frozen.
okay.
Yeah, we had
Yes.
tons of broccoli this year.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were cooking the same thing, that I didn't end up having some vegetable that was gonna take way longer than the other ones. Okay, so my mushrooms are in. And I don't need to put anything in here, huh? You just let them sit like
No,
that.
Yeah,
Huh.
I've done this a few times. It tastes pretty darn good. The mushrooms got a nice texture.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I trust your process at this point. I don't trust this recipe though at
You
all.
don't trust a recipe with 0 stars and 0 comments?
I absolutely don't. I don't know how we got here, honestly. But to be fair, this is the recipe that's on Pinterest, right? So maybe on their website. Or is this the one that's on the website?
I'm looking at the website. So maybe the Pinterest
Oh,
pin had like likes and comments.
could have. I don't really know. Or it just had nothing and we didn't notice it. Probably that one, I would think. Again, it was really late when we picked it. It was like
It
almost,
was.
it was like, yeah, it was like midnight or something. And then we are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we've been wanting to make it for a while. So, but Craig, I do want to try one of those egg ones that we were looking at, like
The
the omelette-y
yeah.
ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, but would you
Like
want to
the
try?
Japanese one?
Yeah, would you rather try that or would you rather try a quiche?
Uh, I think I'd be up for trying the Japanese omelet thing.
Yeah, because it looked like we like folded it, right? Like fold over like a
Yeah, like you know
burrito
about
egg
the
or
one where
something.
when you serve it, you like slice the top of it and it kind of opens up.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one. But I don't know if it will be hard. I don't remember when we looked at the recipes the other day if it like looked difficult. But yeah. Oh, but wait, was that the one that had all the ketchup on it?
Oh, it did. Right.
That was why we said we weren't going to do it because both you and my husband are not real fans of ketchup. So, and I don't know if you would need it,
I don't know.
like because of the wetness. I'm not really sure. Maybe.
Because we should have looked at the recipe. Was it in the eggs or was it like a recommended condiment on top?
I know they wrote with it on top.
In the
Like,
picture,
cause
yeah.
yeah, they had like writing on top of it with the ketchup because they were teaching you like how to write different sayings in Japanese on it. Oh yeah, these are cooking up nice with
Hmm.
no water.
I'm thinking we should have tossed our meat a little later because
Mine's
they're
kind of
looking a
soaking up the
little,
cornstarch. Yeah.
yeah,
Like, should we put
which is
more
probably
cornstarch on it?
fine. Maybe, but not until we're close to serving it, close to frying it,
Okay.
in case it just
Mm-mm.
does this again.
Yeah. I was noticing that it was kind of like soaking into it.
These mushrooms
All
don't
right.
cook as fast as I thought they would.
Mine are pretty cooked. Mine look pretty good.
Oh,
So I'll be ready when you're ready. Yeah, mine are pretty good. And I'm impressed. I didn't know that I wouldn't need oil or anything. It's
hmm.
kind of cool. Mm. Have you ever had a mushroom soup?
Yeah, well, I've had cream of mushroom soup. I've
Yeah?
also
How
had
was
like
that?
a mushroom barley soup. So
Ooh.
I like cream of mushroom soup, but I never pick it as an option. If someone served me cream of mushroom soup without asking, I always enjoy it. But for some reason, it's just not my first choice ever.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I would like more soups. We keep talking about making different soups. Oh, because the next one is French onion soup we're making, right?
Oh, yes. Well, I was
All
going to
right, I
make it
took,
as a canning recipe.
yeah, but I'm gonna make it as a eat it now recipe.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna can because I don't have a canning stuff. Okay,
Hmm.
my mushrooms are done. I'm taking them off because they're
All right.
totally
Yeah.
done.
You can either take them off or just add some oil and throw the veggies in with it. My
Okay.
mushrooms are not that cooked, so I'm going to add oil to it and add the veggies. So the mushrooms still keep cooking.
Yeah, mine are totally done. All right, so let's stick the veggies in. I should have used a bigger pan. I like definitely underestimated the amount of vegetables I have in here. That's okay. They'll cook down. Yeah, same as that. Like it looked like I had so many mushrooms. Now you could barely even see the
Mhm.
mushrooms in here. Crazy. There you go. So the gym has been wild for you guys, right? Since New Year started, lots of people at the gym.
Yeah, lots of people at the gym. There was like, going New Year's Day, of course it's busy there. But then within a week, it was like, no, within like 3 days, it was quite empty. And I was like, oh, okay, thank God that rush has ended. But then since then, it's been busier than I've ever seen at that gym. And I've been going there for like well, maybe 3 years. I think I started early on in COVID. Like, I've
Yeah.
never seen it this busy.
Yeah, well, the day when John was gone, I remember because always you were showing, we were looking at the meter, and you were like,
Yeah, the
"Well, it's
busy crowd
a
meter.
four is so high," and then it was at like a six, and you were like, "Oh my
Yeah,
God!"
yeah. And it was at
Yeah.
a six time after, like just on Thursday. It was at six again.
That was the day that you couldn't use anything except for the treadmill, right?
Yeah,
Because all the machines were
yeah,
totally full. Yeah, that's
yeah.
wild. I wonder if there's a
And
time that's better to go.
yeah, well, we tried going like earlier, tried going later. It seems to make no difference. Cats do not get green peppers. I don't know what you think you are deserve.
Well, during garden season, you guys usually go pretty late. So,
Yeah.
but now it's early time. No,
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
that's yeah.
So I've finally got all the veggies in the pan, and like you say, it looks like too much, but give it 5 minutes, it'll probably be really low.
Yeah, mine's already pretty low. Like it looks pretty though because the broccoli looks like nice and green and like really bright. So
Hmm.
I'm happy about that. I don't know. I'm glad that our whips are coming along so well too. I got pretty far. I don't know how long I want this story to be or how long it's gonna go, this pirate novel, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't really know. You have a word count set for what you're working on for drag queens?
Yeah, so drag queens two, I'm thinking will be around 60,000. So I'm at 30,000 right
Man,
now. So I'm about halfway.
yeah.
Um,
I'm past 60,
see,
so like I would be done.
nothing up here for cats. Oh, he disagrees. He wants the raw meat. No, cannot have that.
Ah, yeah, no. No raw meat, buddy. I have no idea where it's gonna end up. I was trying to go over like everything that still has to happen.
Yeah.
Because will there be another drag queens after this one, or is this the last one?
I do have a potential third
Oh,
book
that's
in
right.
mind.
That's right.
Yeah, it'll be a
I remember. Yeah.
spin-off following the girls, so drag
Yeah.
kings. Not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I do remember that. I totally forgot. Kind of hard to remember all the projects.
Yeah,
There's there are so many. Hard to keep up with all of them. All right, so my vegetables look pretty good, but I
mine
don't
are pretty
mind
good too.
cook them a little longer, I guess.
Uh, I'm gonna cook mine a little longer because since they were frozen, I want to make sure they're fully cooked.
Yeah, I honestly just don't know how to tell when they're fully cooked like this.
Hmm.
Like they look pretty, but like
Yeah,
for broccoli, how can you really tell?
yeah, just bite into it, or if you like a
I'm not gonna
certain
do
tenderness
that.
to it, you can stick it with a fork. Like my mom likes her vegetables really well cooked, so she always waits till they're nice and soft.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I can't really tell to be honest. I'm just kind of moving them around. They look pretty though.
They do.
I don't know if pretty matters, but they look pretty. Can't really tell. Gosh. What is the first thing that comes in the spring? I can't remember what the first thing is that comes in the garden.
Uh, Normally it's the garlic because you plant it in the fall, comes up in the spring, but we didn't plant garlic this fall because the weather was not great.
Oh,
So not this year, but after that it'll be the chives. Those come up real quick. And then it'll be like the flower, like anything that comes back year after year. So some of the flowers and the mint come up pretty soon. But yeah, chives will be the first.
it's so funny because we were so busy during garden season, like on the weekend, just doing all of the stuff that you had to do. And then like after work, and now I forgot what that felt like.
Yeah.
Could be that could be okay. I'm gonna take my vegetables off. The heat. They're definitely
Me
done.
too.
Yeah, mine are totally done. Okay. So next, I don't actually know because we went all out of order.
Yeah, so now is frying the meat. Oh, so we want to toss it with a little bit of extra cornstarch, right?
Yeah, I think so, because it looks like it kind of like absorbed most of it. Which is probably not a great thing, or maybe it doesn't even matter. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like to make a crispy coating when you fry it, or is it meant to dry out the outside, in which case this is what we want.
Oh, so, I have no idea. Neither of us really fry meat very often, so
Yeah.
I don't really know. All right, so here we go. So that is done. I
Yeah.
got a little extra. I just eyeballed it. I didn't put like an actual measurement in. Did you?
Yep. No, I just took
Just shook it
just
in.
a
Yeah.
soup spoon and sprinkled some
Tossed it
on.
in. All right.
Yep.
How much should we use oil?
Well, it does only call for, I think, a cup. We want a
Okay.
half-inch layer of cooking oil. You can use more if you wish, or use a deep fryer.
Well,
So
we
I'm
don't
using
want
a
that.
small pan. So I'm gonna have to do this in batches because I don't want to fill up a big pan with oil.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So my oil is in. Let's start heating that up. I probably should have heated that up. That's why I'm wondering about the ramen because the ramen takes about 10 minutes.
Oh, it does? Mine only takes 3 minutes. Maybe this technically isn't ramen, is it? That I've got. Oh no, stir-fried ramen.
Mine takes 5 minutes, so not 10 minutes, takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I can't imagine this meat takes that long to cook.
It'll take me a little while because I have to do it in batches.
Yeah.
Um, and then after the meat cooks, like we take it out in batches as it's cooked, and then I think we put it back in the pan after we drain the oil
Oh,
and put in the sauce and the ginger and the garlic and cook it all up a bit, if I remember the recipe right.
okay. So we're nowhere near eating ramen is what you're saying.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, then I will not mess with it. You're gonna heat your oil up though first, right?
I am. So it says to heat to 350 to 375.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not gonna measure my temperature, but you could measure yours.
yeah, I've got my temperature gun, which we were that was with you, I was testing the other day, right? It does
Mm-hmm.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because John was wondering if he had a fever, and according to this, he was dead because he was not warm
Yeah,
enough to be
remember?
alive.
Because we asked him he had a fever and then you went and grabbed it and you scanned it. And it was like, I forget what the temperature was. He was dead though. Like 80 something. Was it like 80 something? I
Something
don't
in the
remember.
80.
Yeah, something. Craig is shooting the laser in his mouth now.
94.3. Isn't it like 98 for the body temperature?
98.7. 98.7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is where 98 degrees comes from, right? The band, the name?
Yeah, I don't know if is that why they came up with it?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It makes sense, I think. 98.98 degrees, so it's like their body temperature.
Yeah, we're the body temperature band.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I never questioned it. I never questioned the name. Well, who would? Like, then we also had like the Backstreet Boys, which is also a name
Hmm.
choice. And NSYNC.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's another one? Hmm,
There's some like British ones. So there's five.
five.
Yeah, it had five guys, and then at one point one of them left. And so in a music video, they had a cardboard cutout of the fifth guy.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Did they kick him or something since he left the
No,
band?
no, they like brought him around as if he was in it. At least I think I know there's a music video where they had a cardboard cutout of a guy. I'm pretty sure it was five after the fifth person left.
That's wild.
So my
Yeah.
oil is at 317. So it's almost
Okay.
there.
Okay. I'm just gonna trust that mine is when yours is that mine
Yeah.
is. That's what I'm gonna trust.
Should I get a bowl lined with paper towel or
For
something?
what?
I I never fry stuff. Remove from oil with a slotted spoon and set on several layers of paper towel to soak up excess oil.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
I hope this doesn't explode.
Why would it explode?
So I did once set my mom's kitchen on fire while deep frying. So
I think you
I have
told
a
me this, right?
history of danger when it comes to deep frying. I probably did
Uh,
tell.
oh, bestie.
So we fry for 2 to 3 minutes on each side until crispy.
Okay. Oh, you should have told me it. Then I would have really not made you do it. I would have been like, no, I'm definitely not gonna do it. Hmm.
Yeah, so I had to like pull out the fire extinguisher. Like it was just the stove that caught fire, but the whole house would have caught fire if we didn't have a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And it was one of those powder ones, so it sprays out powder. Still, to
Ah,
this day, 20 years later, you still find yellow powder in some of the drawers.
wow. That's crazy. Kind of funny though that like it's the same house that you grew up in. So like you have all these
Hmm.
memories in there, like even as an adult.
Yep.
And I am probably gonna have to do a batch too, because it
Yeah.
won't all fit. So
I'm gonna
don't
need
feel
at least
bad.
3 batches.
Oh yeah, I just need two. So I'm gonna set a timer. You said 3 minutes?
2 to 3 minutes per side, but mine's been going for a while.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use the timer for mine and then I'll flip it in a minute and see. But yeah, I
All right.
definitely will do a second batch because there's two. I don't want to stack them like on top of each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip mine over, I think. Yeah, it's looking nicely cooked, I think.
Hmm. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna flip mine too.
Oh, do I have to worry about the temperature getting even hotter? Where's my temperature gun?
It probably would get
Nope,
hotter.
so it's about 320. So that sounds like the temperature went down a bit.
Well, maybe because you put the cold meat in, but the meat was also room temperature. Hmm,
Hmm.
interesting. I don't know. All right,
Like I
flipping it
say, or
over.
like we both said, we're not a cooking podcast.
Or not. I'm really ready for one of my earbuds to fall into this freaking pot. I can feel one of them getting loose and I don't want to mess with it right now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have a fried earbud.
Tasty.
Yeah. We also are cooking with different cuts of steak though.
We are, yes.
So mine might not cook as fast as yours.
Yeah, I think my first batch is done. It's kind of crispy brown looking on all sides.
There's no blood coming out of it. Yeah, mine like has a little bit of blood coming out of
No
the tops.
blood.
Uh, yeah, I flipped mine, but there's a little bit of blood coming out of the top of it. So it's gonna stay like that. And that is so gross to even say. Mm,
I also don't mind beef a little like medium rare.
I don't either, but this literally has it like pouring out of the top of
Right.
them.
So that's a little bit different. That's like still alive.
It definitely seems like it's still alive, yes, because it's like pulled on top of it. I don't want to take a picture, but that is what it looks like. Which I'm surprised because that side looked like it was pretty cooked. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take a picture so I can send it to you. This is kind of weird.
Sure. I'm up for that.
All right,
Send me meat pics all the time.
I I do not.
Look,
Not,
looks good.
but see how there's like blood on top of it?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I don't deep fry very often. Maybe that's normal.
Well, yours didn't have it.
No.
Yeah, I have like no guide, so I don't really know.
Hmm.
And these pieces are so small too.
Yeah, like they shouldn't hold a lot in them.
Yeah, kind of what I was thinking. I'm gonna trust that this is done. I don't know how meat this small could not be done.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like pieces this small. I don't know how it could not be.
Yeah.
And it's also gonna cook when you take it out a little bit.
Yes, because we're gonna put it back in the pan with the sauce, and I think we should put it in the pan with the vegetable, like meat and vegetables and sauce all together. Is probably what we want to do.
Okay. A lot of the cornstarch kind of came off of this.
Hmm.
And there's like a lot of cornstarch left over in the pan.
Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of that here. It seems to have
Hmm.
stuck to the meat pretty well.
Hmm. But yeah, it doesn't help that we're not using the same kind of meat.
Hmm.
No, because I don't really know, like there's one actually usually do that and one doesn't. I have no idea. And I don't really cook with cornstarch that often. And like, yeah, like we said, neither of us really fry stuff.
Hmm.
I don't really know, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yep, it'll be totally fine.
Yeah, totally fine. Okay. Well, that is done. I'll just try to time it the way that it said. Oh, not 30 minutes. Hello. How about three? I think three is a little better than 30. Okay, perfect. How's yours looking? Are you on the third
Good.
batch or the second?
I think the second one is done now. Gonna flip it around and take a look. Yeah, I'd call that done.
Okay. It is greasy, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm kind of patting mine down a little bit. Like
Ouch,
on the
ouch. Now
paper
this is
towel.
flattering a bit.
Oh, yours is? Yikes.
The oil, yeah.
You
Okay,
know what
I'm
I
gonna have
can't
to do
remember?
4 batches. Yep.
Oh, dang. Remember when we made the air fryer meatloaf? Did we like that?
Yes, it was very, very good.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we liked it or not. Because we didn't make it again. So I'm like, did we not like it? Because we didn't end up making it again. But
Yeah,
I
no, it
couldn't
was good.
remember.
I remember that.
This is done. All right, so my meat is all cooked.
Okay, I just need a few more minutes here. My last batch is in. It's almost at the flipping stage.
Flipping stage. Flip the flip, flip the flipping meat. All right, hold
Hmm.
on. Timer goes off. I can't say that it doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't really have a smell. It smells like
Well, right now
cooked.
it's basically just meat.
Yeah, it's just okay. All right, so that goes over there, and I'm gonna turn that burner off. You know, I thought we were cleaning as we were going, but it's still kind of a mess.
Yeah, that was a hope that has died.
Yeah, we tried though. That's all that
Yeah,
matters, right?
that's
So
right.
that we tried.
A for
All that
effort.
matters. All that matters is that we tried. Do you know what you guys are watching tonight?
No, but it's movie night, so I think we do this like for people new to the podcast, where we cycle back through the years. I think we're on 2013 this year, or this today.
Hmm.
So some from
Can't remember
around
what.
that era.
I'm gonna look and see what came out that was popular in 2013.
I
I'm
could also be
curious.
completely wrong. It could be like 2019, 1992. Who knows?
2013 movies. Let's see. Oblivion, Atlantic Rim. Oh, Gravity with Sandra Bullock.
That was a good
Um,
one.
About Time, 21 and Over, Philosophers. I don't know half these movies. G.I. Joe. Uh, I Oz the Great and Powerful, Man of Steel,
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
World War Z.
we saw that one, and we saw Man of
Um,
Steel.
mm, yeah, I didn't see
Okay.
like mostly any of these. I don't know any. Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street.
I saw that as well. We've seen a lot from that year.
Yeah, so maybe it's not 2013, maybe it's 2001 or
Mhm.
something. We'll find out. We'll just have to have you
Yep,
tell us later. When you come back in later with me, you'll have to tell me. We'll
yep.
figure it out when we do sprints later.
My meat is
Hmm?
ready.
Okay, mine is done. Yes. So now should we be putting the ramen in?
Probably. I'm just trying to figure out where to put this stuff so nothing burns. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn on I have turned on my water. I haven't turned it on yet.
Oh, okay. All right. My order is good to go.
All right,
Yep.
need to figure this out.
Okay.
According to the recipe, you add the sesame oil, garlic, ginger, saute 1 to 2 minutes. Add the soy sauce mixture, add the beef, and toss to coat. Oh, so we probably want to um toss the vegetables in when we toss the meat in. That would probably make the most sense.
Okay.
I'm wondering if we should wait a moment or no, we'll go ahead.
Will you tell me what we need to do? I don't know. I have no
No,
idea.
we'll go ahead. It's just my water's not boiling yet, so my
Well, yeah,
noodles
well,
might be
we
ready.
could, that's okay, because we could start putting the other stuff in the pan, the stuff that
Yeah,
goes in, right?
that's
Start
what we'll do.
assembling that. Yeah.
So we need
So,
a teaspoon of sesame oil.
all right, can do that. Well, I could if I could get it open. Oh, there we go. Teaspoon. What is this? This is a half. Okay.
Teaspoon, here we go.
Two. Okay.
This might be one of those days where I do some of the dishes around here because I
Yeah.
have 3 frying pans and a pot.
It's a
I
little bit of a mess.
feel,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I
Yeah.
used a pan to make lunch, so it's like every single pan is dirty.
Yeah. Well, but we also did work all day, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Now it's the garlic and the ginger. So it is 3 to 4 cloves of garlic or about a tablespoon of garlic paste and then a tablespoon of ginger paste.
Okay. So my garlic paste says 1 teaspoon equals 1 clove.
Yep, so a tablespoon would be 3 cloves.
Since I have a little bit of a garlic sensitivity,
Oh yeah,
I
you can go
don't
light on that.
think
I'm
I'm
gonna
doing.
add extra garlic, I think, extra ginger, I think. Make it
Well,
real gingery.
this was garlic you were just telling me, right?
Yeah,
So
sorry.
how did you
It's
just
just
get to ginger? Wait,
I
what?
started with the ginger.
Oh, oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what did I do? Did
Yeah,
I screwed
no.
up? No, no,
I
no. Okay.
started with the ginger because I put the spoon in the ginger jar, so I want to do that one first.
I
So I
gotcha.
can only use
Okay.
1 spoon.
And then the ginger is actually how much though?
Ginger is a tablespoon.
Oh, easy. Okay. Yeah, I would add a little bit extra ginger. I do love ginger. So did you add more? Yes, or you were
Yeah,
just
I did.
saying
I
you wanted
eyeballed
to?
it. It's probably like 3 times as much.
Okay, wow. That is a little excessive.
Yeah.
I did a tablespoon with some extra, like a heaping tablespoon, but it's not 3 tablespoons. All right, mine is in. And then what
So
else? Anything else?
at this point, just that, we saute it for 1 to 2 minutes. So I've just turned the heat up
Like a
to like a
little?
5, because you don't want it to get too hot because then it starts spitting and burning.
Well, yeah, my burner is already kind of hot because that was the burner that had the chicken on, I mean the beef on it. So
Oh, we
yeah.
might want to add a little bit of extra oil because we're supposed to be using the same pan that we deep fried. Like we drain the oil, but there would have been a bit of oil in the pan.
Okay, I'm gonna barely put any in because I really don't
Yeah,
want oil in
I'm
this.
just gonna take like a little scoop from my deep frying pan, put that in. There
That
we go.
would have made more sense. That's okay. I just put a tiny bit in. All right. How is your water boiling? Is it boiling yet or no?
The pot is lined with little bubbles, but it's not boiling yet.
Okay. There we go. All right. So my little paste is all mixed up,
Okay.
but I don't know how long we're supposed to heat it for.
It says saute 1 to 2 minutes. I don't think mine is sauteing yet. It's warming up, but not at saute stage.
What would that look like for this? Should it be bubbling, you think?
Uh, you might see little fine bubbles around it. You might hear a sizzling sound. Keep in mind I'm half deaf and I have headphones on, so maybe it is sizzling away. Hang on.
Mine's not. This is a weird texture when I poke it though, Craig.
Yeah.
Like gelatinous almost, no? Or is that
Yeah,
just
it kind of
mine?
clumps together. I've kind of like, here, I can hold this up. I've kind of spread it around the pan like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. Huh. I'm gonna track how many words I write while you have movie time, if I can tell
Okay,
you.
good.
Yeah, I've been like, I don't even know how many words I added today. And then last night I
You
wasn't
were
super
doing a lot.
tired. Yeah, well,
Hmm.
when we got off last night, I wasn't super tired, but I like so I wrote for like another half an hour. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like writing. So hopefully this food doesn't make me feel tired. You know, sometimes you have a meal and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
just want to die. So
Ah,
hopefully not.
mine is simmering now. There's lots of little bubbles and I see some action.
Yeah, mine's good. I'm ready to move to the next. And then my water is boiling for my ramen. So whenever you're ready for that.
Not yet, but I'm getting there.
All right. That is totally fine.
So at this point, we could probably add we add the soy sauce mixture and you bring it to a
Oh,
simmer.
oh, I forgot about this mixture.
So do you want to pour that in now?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I need to
Yep.
whisk it again. It's settled, some sugar settled, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't want
All right,
that.
in it
All right.
goes.
Mine's going in. I'm just using a rubber spatula to kind of scoop it out because yeah, there was a little bit on the bottom that was kind of getting stuck there. There we go. Perfect. In it goes. Ta-da!
Hey.
I do not like the smell of this at all.
Oh, that smells so, so good.
Oh, okay. You know, it's a win if you like it and my husband likes it and John likes it. That's a win.
Hmm.
I will see if I like it. We'll have to find out. I was the biggest cheerleader for this thing too.
Yeah. I was
I
like, no,
what
we're not going to make ginger beef. And you're like, ginger beef, let's pick a ginger beef recipe. I want to make ginger beef.
but I know you liked it. So I was
I
trying
do.
to make
Yeah.
one that you would like because you always buy it and then you're disappointed half the time from Safeway. So I'm like, oh, we should try and find one that you like. Um,
Yeah.
what should this be on this temperature for this?
I bumped it up to a 6, which is my temperature for cooking most of the time.
All right, so I bumped mine up too. There you go. Had a
Okay, I'm
package that
starting
was supposed to
to.
freaking be here today by 2 o'clock and it's not here. And it's 7:30 my time,
Mm,
which I'm really bummed out about because I wanted to do a
hmm.
post with it. Oh, this is a very strong smell. Like very strong.
Yep. And mine is
Oh,
starting to bubble and get thick.
mine is doing no such thing.
Okay,
Mine
and
is
then
not
when
bubbling or getting thick. Yes.
yours comes to a simmer, then we add the meat and the vegetables and just kind of toss it around until everything is evenly coated.
Okay.
But we could probably throw the noodles in now. Like my water is almost boiling. I'd be comfortable throwing it in now.
All right. Mine are in then. There we go. All right. Ramen is in. Let's move those guys over here. Come on. There we go. In. All right. Ramen is in. Hooray. I'm gonna set a
Hey,
timer for 4 minutes. There we go. Because that is what we do, Craig. Timers,
that
timers,
is
timers.
that is what we do. I'm gonna add my meat and vegetables in now because it's really turning into a gooey sauce. So
Well, mine is really wet. Should it be gooey?
As it simmers, it gets gooey. Is yours simmering yet?
It just started. Like now there's
Okay.
bubbles like kind of all throughout it.
Yep.
So should I
Just
let
give it
it do
a,
that for a minute or two?
yep. Give it a minute or two.
Okay. Because this part we did all the same. There shouldn't be anything different than this.
Right. There shouldn't be anything different.
Okay, and yet
And
mine
the
looks like
vegetable.
soup. And yet, here we are. Mine looks like soup.
Mhm.
Oh my God, this is a freaking rainbow cake all over again.
It is.
We followed the same recipe. Come on, man. I think we should make that rainbow cake in June.
That'd be
Should be
good.
like
Celebrate
an
Pride
annual
Month.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we loved it so damn much. We need to make the My Little Pony rainbow cake again. That thing was so delicious. Oh God. Yeah, it's really, mine is really not thickening up, Craig. I don't know what I did wrong.
So here's what mine looks like right now.
Oh my God, why?
Mhm.
Okay, you kept it on 6 the whole time, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Mine looks like
Mhm.
looks like water. Should I just put the meat in?
If it's simmering, yeah, just put the meat in.
Okay.
Because there's also like cornstarch that's fried on the meat, so it might pick up some of the moisture.
Okay. And did you put the vegetables in at the same time?
I did, yes. And then turned off the heat and gave it a good stir all around.
Okay. You can do that. In go the vegetables. All right, hold on. All right, they're going in.
Okay.
All right. It's almost like I need, no, I don't need more sauce. I just gotta mix it all up really good. I feel like when you get ginger beef, it has a lot more of the like the sesame seeds on it. Was I imagining that when you show it to me?
I think you are, because there are no sesame seeds on the one from the store.
Oh, I must be imagining it. Is it? What the hell am I picturing? I have no idea. Huh. Maybe I'm just thinking of one of the recipes that we looked at or something. Weird. All right. So the meat is
So
in.
once it's stirred up, I have green onions. I'm going to put green onions on top.
I'm gonna let mine cook for a minute because well, the
Yeah, see if
vegetables
it
look
gets
like
thicker.
yeah, and the vegetables had gotten like to room temperature, so
Yeah,
and
and
the meat
then
has not been in the pan, so because that's been out too, so I definitely want to let that kind of heat up a little bit.
sesame seeds on top.
Who's putting sesame seeds on top? What? What is
Uh,
was I supposed to
isn't
buy
se
sesame seeds?
I think so.
What? You're joking.
Yeah. Step 10, remove from heat, add green onions and toasted sesame seeds to garnish and serve immediately.
Okay, well, cool story. I did not buy sesame seeds.
Okay.
Oh well, they were just for garnish anyways. They don't taste like anything, right?
They really don't. And I had it in my cupboard. Like it's just a thing I have. I probably wouldn't buy it if I didn't have it. And my ramen is ready too.
This is a dark this is a dark sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, and my ramen is yes, yeah. Well, it has to be ready because it takes only 4 minutes. All right, so then we're gonna like drain the ramen and then just put everything. Are we just tossing it all together?
I'm gonna keep
no?
them separate, but yeah, you could.
Hmm. Okay. No, my husband doesn't like stuff that's super, super saucy. So
Okay.
wonder, I don't like stuff the opposite. Like I'd rather have more sauce than not enough.
Yes.
But this is like very saucy meat mixture for me. I don't know if yours is like this, but it's
No,
hella
it's
saucy.
not. Well, I mean, it's covered in sauce, but it's not swimming in sauce.
Okay. Let's see how I can show you how swimming mine is in sauce. Hold on, let me see what yours looks like. Let's see. Oh my God. Why do I do this to myself? Here you go. I'm gonna send it to you. It's like a effing beef stew or something. Chat, your bestie can look at it and judge me with Judgy McJudgerson.
Looks good. Look good.
No, it doesn't.
Hmm?
You just try it.
Tastes pretty good too. Yep.
Okay. All right. So it is getting thicker as it's
Mm-hmm.
cooking, which is good. Okay. I'm just gonna let it cook a little, like another minute or two more. Okay. And then let me drain my stuff. Did you already drain your ramen too?
I did. Got it right here.
All right. I'm gonna do that. It's juicy. It doesn't look as wet as it did before, but it
Good.
is really dark though.
It is, yes.
But you tried it and you said it was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. I think I don't know what I want, but maybe the one piece I had wasn't that great.
But that's not it. I don't know what I want, but that's not it. Not
The
good.
second piece was better. Second piece was better. The first one didn't have much sauce.
Okay. Now, time for coffee with Callie and Craig. That was super yummy.
That was delicious. That was
Yeah.
so much better than I was expecting because I I can't remember what I said earlier in the show, but I normally get ginger beef as like deli takeout from the grocery
Mm-hmm.
store. So
Mm-hmm.
it may have been made the same day, may have been made the day before that. You never
Yes.
know. And they're
Yeah.
skimpy on the sauce. It was not, it's good, but not that great. But what we made, phenomenal.
Was delicious. 10 out of
Yes,
10. And I'm so
absolutely.
happy that the butcher told me to buy that cut of meat because we ended up getting two
Yes.
different meats. How was yours? How
It
was
was
your
good.
meat?
Like
Yeah.
no chewy parts at all. Like John
Mine
hates when I've
neither.
got chewy meat. Oh my God,
Mhm.
that sounds awful. But we'll keep it in the podcast.
Oh my God. Wasn't that story so funny about the old lady, the sweet little granny? So she comes over and taps on the shoulder the cashier, and then she tells that dirty joke, and she's the
Hmm.
hard and wet. Do you remember it? I told it to you last night. So the
Oh,
granny
okay.
comes over in the store and she taps the cashier on the shoulder. She wasn't even in line. She wasn't even in
Hmm.
line with me. And she says, what goes in hard and long but comes out soft and wet? And the cashier was like, I don't know. And she's like, a stick of gum. And she's like, your mind is in the gutter. And
Yeah.
then she laughed and walked away. And it was so funny because, like, she was just walking by, just itching to tell
There,
this dirty joke.
sometimes like older ladies have the dirtiest jokes. Like there's
Yes.
one
Yes.
I went to like some swanky gala thing somewhere. I don't know, this was like 20 years ago. And
Mm.
this like elderly lady, the kind that has a cane and is stooped over. I'm not
Hmm.
going to repeat the joke on air
Hmm.
because it's a little too raunchy for this podcast, but
Wow.
I was like, okay, so we are making vagina jokes at this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry that you had chewy meat. I'm sure Don doesn't like
Oh, no,
chewy
no,
meat.
no.
I
It
probably
wasn't
wouldn't.
chewy meat. He hates
Oh,
when we have
wait.
chewy meat, but this was not. This was
Listen.
delicious, tender meat. He loved
Yes.
suckling on the meat.
I got confused because he said chewy meat. We do this too much. I can't focus. Okay, so yes, delicious, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change the spices. I wouldn't change anything. Oh, and we added
Mhm.
that honey. I think the honey was a good call too.
Yes, I think so
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. And we did tell people that you were going to say which book not which book. Oh my
Which
God, my
movie?
brain today.
Yeah.
It's time for bed, I think. Which movie you were
Yeah,
going.
yeah. So I can't remember what year we said, but I was off by a year. So we ended up watching Chef, which is a movie about a chef that gets a bad review for his restaurant, absolutely loses it on the critic in public, and then
Oh
loses his
my.
job. No other restaurant will hire him. But
Oh
then he
my.
starts up a food truck and finds happiness and like just creating food, having fun,
Mm-hmm.
traveling city to city. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to bring that up because it's been mentioned to me many, many times that I should start a food truck. I won't. But,
Mm-hmm.
if life were different, start over again, I'd probably be a food truck guy.
Yeah, you think?
Hmm. Hmm.
That'd be kind of fun. I think it would be fun. We have a food truck in our Christmas book.
That's right.
Remember?
We did. Yes.
The teachers have a food truck. But yeah, I don't think I would like a food truck life. Like it maybe it could be fun, but yeah,
Like I
no,
wouldn't
maybe it would be
travel city
fun.
to city like they did in the movie. It'd all be
Yeah,
within, like the city is busy enough that, food trucks at farmers market, at the exhibition, which is like a carnival. Um, you know,
yeah,
other event downtown in the middle of summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that the movie was good. What did you give it?
Oh, good. Let me look it up. We both gave it an A plus. So
Wow.
absolutely recommend.
Wow. Fancy schmancy. Yeah.
And
And
another thing I liked is
mm,
main guy, John Favreau. He
mm,
was divorced from his wife, Sofia Vergara from
mm-hmm,
Modern Family. I hope I'm saying it right.
mm-hmm,
But they were like a married couple that actually still liked each other, supported each other. So it wasn't
mm-hmm.
like the typical, oh, blah, 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 like snipping at each other behind
Yeah.
their back when they're passing the kid back and forth. So
Yeah.
it's just refreshing to see, people can still like each other after something like that.
Yeah. Some people can and some
Yeah.
people can't. But yeah, it probably was refreshing to not see that. Cool. Well, I
Mhm.
think that is it for
That
us.
is.
Yeah. And then next week we are gonna do another cooking episode, I
Yes.
think.
I think
Yes.
pretty soon we should change the name of the podcast to Callie and Craig Cook.
Yeah, Callie and Craig talk while cooking because they love cooking so much. Yeah, but I know we want to try a bread recipe and then maybe, I don't know, a crock pot recipe to go with it. So we'll
Hmm.
see. We'll see what we do. But we do have a lot of exciting guests, though, that we are
We
having on
do.
soon. I
Yes.
just don't like to say them ahead of time in case schedules happen or things
If it
happen, you
cancels,
know.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of different writers that we're going to have on and a couple store owners. So we are excited about that. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Tell them where they can follow us, bestie.
Yeah, you can follow us on
Oh,
you
wait, wait,
yeah,
wait. You didn't do
yes.
the thought of the day.
Oh, final thought of the day. Final thought of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is gonna be a toughie. We made ginger beef. We talked
Mm-hmm.
about food trucks. Um,
Well, that was just for yeah, I mean, we,
I'm
we
sure we
talked
talked
about
about
writing.
actual book stuff at some point.
We did talk about book stuff. We probably talked about what we were writing, but the problem is we can't remember because we are in Zoom for 5,000 hours a day.
Mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
can't remember which part was when we were cooking and when we were just meeting. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah. Final thought of the day is um
Ginger beef is delicious and you should
ginger
make
beef
it.
is delicious. You should make it. And if you have excellent recipes you think we should try, hit us up, let us know. We probably won't try them, but we'd love to see them.
Yeah, because we both have like minor food allergens
Yes.
annoying us. So we have to be careful. Okay, now you can tell people where to follow
Now
us.
I can tell people where to
Yeah.
find it. Let's see if I remember this. It's YouTube, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Twitter, although Twitter's kind of a dead place nowadays.
Yeah, we're not really doing much on Twitter these days. I've actually like basically stopped posting there, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's it. And we
Yeah.
are Callie Craig Talk, CaliCraigTalk.
Yep, that's it.
There we
Thank you.
go.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Later. Bye for real this time.
Bye. Okay.